everybody. How y'all doing? Are you okay? In your neck?
When we dry them up, too cold. Now go too deep, you know. Yeah, fair watch Joe, you know. Our troops, see there? Apple cider vinegar and our troops. Come up right, make them get saturated in the gravy and all of that. On today's episode of the Jamaican cooking journey, I'll be preparing for you Jamaican callaloo, and I'm going to mix it with a little veggies, and most of all I'm going to use a little saltfish to flavor up this dish. Now you want my saltfish is all soaked, scalded, cleaned and picked up, and these are the size pieces. You don't want to mince it. This is the size piece that you'd want it in. Now I have here a little yellow bell pepper, some red, some carrot pieces. I have here some okra, okay, and these are quite optional. Tomatoes could be used, but at this point tomato out of my reach. Financially it's too expensive, so I just opt to leave it out. So whatever little else that you can put in it, you can put in it. I have my callaloo all cleaned, stripped and minced. Now there is a video that I've done over 3 years now on the channel here, shows you in depth how to prepare your callaloo. I will leave the link for you in the description to that video. So I've got here a few pegs of garlic, like about 4. Use garlic to your liking. I've got here some scallions. Yeah. So I've got inside here some, maybe about 2 tablespoons of oil in this Dutch oven like here. So I am going to do my scallions like this. So the first thing I'll be putting in is the scallions. The scallions does the flavoring. I've always said that, cooking family. A lot of people don't even realize, they have no idea how this scallion, especially the green part, can flavor up your pot. I don't have onions, and let me tell you, particularly I really don't care for too much onions. I cannot find any distinct flavor in onions when cooking certain. I just think onions are made like for pickles and stuff. That's just me, you know. But finding a lot of flavoring in onions, I really don't find it much. So if I don't have it, I really don't go crazy, because it's nothing extra for me. The green parts of the scallion and the white parts, I'm using them to replace onions, you know. But even that, the white part of the scallion is even more flavorful than the onion itself. So let's get started on this little dish. So I have my oil in here being preheated, and the very first thing I'm going to be putting in is the scallion and the onions. I'm going to up my flame a bit and all of that, and as I go along and do this, I just want to say a big thank you to my patrons, you know, who have been supporting me, making my Patreon page all possible. I have quite a few videos over there, really nice videos, in depth, that you will never see on my YouTube channel. You can go check it out. I'll also leave for you in the description of this video the link to my Patreon page, okay? Thank you all my patrons once more. Now this is taking, the oil is flavoring this. As soon as you see it looks that limp, it is ready. The flavor has, the flavor come out of it. I'm gonna put in now my carrot sticks. They are, you know, a little chewy, so I'm gonna put them in and just make them go through a little bit with the scallions, like that. Now they are in, looking really pretty too. And at this time, my little okra can go in. And as I tell your family, these are just quite optional. You could use them, you could not use them. You could also substitute other stuff. Getting the flame up a little bit, I will put more stuff in there. So we are going to need, yeah. So what I'm going to be doing at this point, I'm going to be covering this little pot here. And I'm going to be giving it about 2 hours. And I'll return. A lot of fun and laughter, family, off camera. with me and camera girl. Camera girl said, Mom, 2 hours? Family, I meant 2 minutes. Now look at this. The cockroaches, they are crunchy, they are nice. The carrots have been, you know, been cooking and they're a little limp. Now, what I want to do is to add in my bell peppers. Okay, if you have tomatoes, you could put it right here, right now. Don't go too crazy with the bell peppers. It will take away a lot of the flavoring from the callaloo and all of that. And this is so pretty. So I'm going to up my flame now. This looks so pretty. And family, just do it timely. Don't rush it. Don't rush it. This looks so nice. You could even put your saltfish with this now if you never have no callaloo. This looks so good. Now it is time to add my callaloo. I'm going to add my callaloo right now. Hands are clean. My callaloo is clean. And you also, your hands should be clean. It's your kitchen and all of that. If you don't want to make your hands clean, I know nobody business neither. But I'm just saying, we are imploring you, keep your hands clean in the kitchen. Okay? Now, what I'm going to be doing right here, I'm going to be adding nothing more for now. But I'm going to cover this pot and I'm going to get my flame down to a little more than low. Just a little touch about low. Why? This is enabling the pot to build some steam to cook the callaloo. We steam callaloo. We don't stew callaloo. So I'm giving it time. So about 5 minutes time, we'll return. And I'll show you how I add my saltfish. And you could do this another way too. You could also add your saltfish with the vegetables, cook it down, and then you add your callaloo last. But I like to add my saltfish like this. But you can tell me in the comment section which way you prefer. Do you prefer to put the saltfish in with the veggies, cook it a bit? You still get some flavoring from the saltfish with the veggies to flavor the callaloo. So in the next clip, we'll return. Finish this easy little dish. Okay, now YouTube family, this is how steam works. This is the power of steam. You see, we had the callaloo coming all the way up, and now look at it. Camera girl, shoot them up. You want to look down into this pot bottom family. You see, you're just seeing a minimal amount of juices. Okay, so this is cooking on a timely basis. Okay, so what we're gonna go down to do now, we're gonna go from the bottom and over to the top, because we want to bring up all those nice pretty colors to enhance this green in the callaloo. So let us go give it a nice little stir. Remember, I told you these things are done on a timely basis. Okay family, yeah, callaloo is still green. The steam has passed through it. For this callaloo to become dark, you'd have to cook it on an high heat and boil it. But once you cook it on the steam for a reasonable, not too much of a fast long time, then you maintain. A lot of people don't understand. You let the callaloo just in its own steam, okay, just in its own juices. You don't add extra water, because that will help the callaloo to get dark very quick. So let us look at this. Look at what we have in here. Those nice juices. Look at this, and look at the color. Look at the color. Don't go too crazy with the bell peppers. You see, we didn't want green because we wouldn't can identify the green in there. Yeah, so this is the pretty color that we have here. Now it is time for our little saltfish. Remember, do not mince the saltfish. Now this pickled saltfish, we are going to mix it up in there. Look at this. We're going to mix it. Remember something that we call proportion for this. You don't want to have too little of a saltfish. Neither, and I'm going to emphasize it, don't mince the saltfish. You want to see little pieces of the saltfish right through. You could use some dried shrimp in this too. Now, this callaloo is almost cooked. What you want to do now, this is the time for a little additional. You could use some green thyme, dry thyme if you like. I don't have either. I have some rosemary, which is going to give it a different gig. Rosemary, total different flavor from thyme. This is dried, so I don't want to go too crazy. That's enough. I am going to be using a little of this smoked paprika, as I showed you before, with some extra garlic in there. This is what I'll be using. You can use your Maggi, you can use a little old beer, you can use whatever you, but don't go too crazy. You don't want to, you know, to just go too much with the flavor of the callaloo. Okay? A little refined black pepper. Don't go too crazy. Little refined black pepper gives the callaloo a nice kick. I don't know. I've not put any salt as yet. You see me have the little juices down in there. I'm going to leave it for another 5 minutes. Let everything come together. When I taste, I'll do that off camera. And if it needs a little salt, then I'll just add a little salt. You know how to add your salt. When you see me next, this thing will be all plated up just for you. Jamaican callaloo and saltfish steamed together. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, now fam, this is our finished callaloo and saltfish. And look at that, you see? This is what it looks like. I'm gonna plate some out for you and return. Final presentation, family, from my kitchen to yours, from my Jamaican kitchen to your family table, to your plate, and most of all to your stomach. It is the Jamaican callaloo done with saltfish. Please do enjoy. Now look at this. You have a little bit of juice down there, nothing much, just to keep it. When you're ready, you just stir it up from the bottom and over, and you will have that juice there, having it moist. Okay? Remember to make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Remember to make sure that you're subscribed. Remember to hit the notification bell. Press the option that says all. Remember to check in the description of this and all my other videos and lives for all the information for PayPal, Cash App, Patreon, all those info. You'll see it in my video. Remember to be you, do you, most of all. Love you, some of this Jamaican callaloo and saltfish. Remember to make it your own. Put what you want. And remember I said you could substitute your saltfish for some dried shrimp.